Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a holiday celebrated mostly by the US and Canada, and those of you not familiar with it, it's basically a day where we reflect and give thanks for the things that we appreciate in our lives. Now, I normally don't do vlogs, but I'm up in California right now visiting my family, and I wanted to make sure I had a video out today thanking you guys, my subscribers, for sticking with me this whole time. We've been around for over 3 years now, LevelCapGaming has, and it's because of you guys that I have the opportunities that I do today. 3 years ago, I was a passionate gamer and I started posting my videos on YouTube, my Battlefield videos. You guys liked them, my channel began to grow, and now I have the opportunity to speak directly with a lot of the Battlefield developers and influence its development, hopefully for the better. Obviously, this opportunity wouldn't be possible without you guys, and I try and repay you all by making entertaining videos and educational videos that hopefully improve your skills and make you better gamers. I also on occasion try to make videos that have you question Battlefield as an ever-changing game and think about what it always could become and not what it has been. And I always find that interesting because Battlefield, in my opinion, is an ever-changing game, and it is developing and growing as the community grows. And I'm always looking towards the future of Battlefield. Now, I'm also thankful that I can do YouTube as a full-time job now. When I first began over 3 years ago, I was making videos in a small, cramped office that I shared with 2 other people. I actually had to schedule my voiceovers around those 2 people working in the office just so I didn't bother them. It was annoying enough that I had to play Battlefield while they were in the room and possibly curse at the screen at times, but now I've been able to, because of YouTube, afford to have a nice office all to myself, and I try and remember where my humble beginnings were and never lose sight of just how far I've come. And in the spirit of looking back through the history of LevelCapGaming, thought you guys might find it interesting that my very first video was a Bad Company 2 helicopter video. I started making videos right at the beginning of Battlefield 3, essentially a few weeks before the Battlefield 3 alpha came out. Now, my very first video wasn't too impressive, at least not by my current standards, but I kept it up there even though I'm a bit embarrassed by it because I think it's important to see where everybody starts. And I wanted to make sure you guys always had the opportunity to look back and see where it all began, because I have changed a lot over the years in terms of production quality, my style of making videos, and I always find that interesting, especially when getting into YouTube. I always looked at the very first videos that all YouTubers made just to see where they began and how they evolved. Now, that video posted on September 17th, 2011, and I've actually gotten a bunch of YouTube stats here because YouTube keeps track of everything you do throughout the history of your channel, and I've got some cool information here. I managed to maintain an average of over 1 video per day for the past 3 years, which is something I'm really proud of. During that time, we've gained 950,000 subscribers, and I've made 1,270 different videos, which is a crazy number, and it's really hard for me to actually quantify the amount of time I've put into all of those videos. The amount of time people have spent watching my videos is 846,946,000 minutes. That's almost 1 billion minutes watched, which is a number that, again, I have trouble trying to quantify. If you translate that into years, the amount of time people have spent watching my videos is 1,610 years. Now, for those of you familiar with the show Squad Up that I do on this channel, it's my longest running show. We have 142 episodes. It started in January 2012, and the cast for Squad Up at that time was myself, Matimio, Sergeant Enigma, and Mongol FPS, 2 YouTubers that I don't think really make videos anymore. Matimio, however, was there from the beginning, and in fact, Matimio and I started working with each other when we had around 10,000 subscribers apiece. So it's kind of crazy to look back and see just how far we've come since then. Now, when I was first looking for YouTuber squad members for Squad Up, I was talking to Shibby2142 and also Don't Blink from way back in the Battlefield Bad Company 2 days. And they were both considered, they both actually wanted to be on the show, but ended up having scheduling conflicts. So the ultimate cast ended up being Mongol, Enigma, Matimio, and myself. And obviously some of those members stopped making videos. Then we added X Factor to the group, Jack Frags eventually, and as the squad evolved into 5 players with Battlefield 4, we were able to add Jet the Desert Fox to the crew. Now, for those of you who haven't seen my previous vlogs and don't really know too much about who I am as a person, my real name is Charlie. I'm 29 years old. I'm going to be 30 in January. I've been happily married for 4.5 years to my wife, Natalie. And if you want to know more about her, there's a vlog that she was in. It's my 100,000 subscribers vlog. You guys can dig it up if you want to. And she talks a little bit about who she is in that. I grew up in Oakland and San Rafael, California. It's in Northern California. I moved up to Oregon for 3 years. That's where I met Natalie. And basically from there, we moved down to Orange County, where my wife is going to school. And that's basically subsequently where I started doing YouTube. Now, before I did YouTube professionally, I had a job as a 3D animator at Xerox. I also did technical illustration there, and I also did video editing for them. So I used a lot of the same skills that I use now as a YouTuber. I've also done app development. I've made a few iPhone apps, and I've even been a quality assurance tester for Electronic Arts, working at the same campus where they're currently developing Battlefield Hardline. Anyway, I wanted to keep this video short. I hope you all enjoy your Thanksgiving. Once again, I want to thank you guys for giving me the life I have now. It's something where I can constantly look forward to things tomorrow and the next day and the day after that. I really love this job, and I want to thank you guys for giving it to me, and I hope I can provide you with quality content for years to come. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.